Hi students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and you gave F3 exam very well. I hope you will get good marks and today we will go for the new chapter, new unit, and the number of unit is 6. We have completed 1 to 5 of your Honeydew textbook and now we go for unit 6 and the chapter 6 name of the chapter is this is Jodie's phone. So let's start this new chapter. And here is chapter this is Jodie's phone. The Jodie is the name of a boy and phone means the young one of a deer. We called it phone, the baby of a deer. So here this is a story about one boy and his pet phone. So let's start and some introduction lines are given here. Before you read, often instead of rushing to the doctor to treat a small cut or burn, we find quick and effective cures using things available at home. Sometimes we had some injury, small injury like cut or burn, small burn. So before we go to the doctor, we find quick solution and effective cures at the home. We use the things available at home for the cure of these diseases. Can you think of some such home remedies for? Can you know some home remedies, some home medicines for these injuries? A cut on your knee, a burn on your arm, and a bee sting. Can you know that how we cure these injuries by using the home medicines? In this story, Jodie's father has been bitten by a rattlesnake. A rattlesnake means a snake which we can find in America and it makes sound when it became angry. In this story, Jodie's father, Jodie is the name of a boy and his father has been bitten by this type of snake. He quickly kills a doe and uses its heart and liver to draw out the poison. He means Jodie. When his father injured by a snake, then Jodie make one remedy and he quickly kills a doe. Doe means female deer. He kills a deer and uses its heart and liver to draw out the poison. He draw out the poison from his father's body by doing this task by killing the doe. Jodie wonders what will happen to the little phone left without a mother. And now Jodie became worried about that little phone. Phone is a baby of that doe, baby of that deer. So Jodie wonders, thoughts about that phone that made alone without his mother, without its mother. So this is the introduction of this chapter, and now we go for the real story. And here is the story that we start. Jodie allowed his thoughts to drift back to the phone. Jodie felt worried about the phone, so he allowed his thoughts, he allowed his imagination, his thoughts to drift back, means go back to the phone, that what happened to that phone without his mother. He could not keep it out of his mind. So his mind not became free from that phone and he could not remain far from the thoughts of that phone that became alone without his mother. He had held it in his dreams, in his arms. He means Jodie. Jodie had held that phone, held his past of hold. In his dreams, in his arms, he held that phone, that he could not free from the thoughts of that phone of because his mother passed away and his mother died to cure his father. He slipped from the table and went to his father's bedside. He slipped from the table. He go downside from the table and went to his father's bedside near the bed. Penny lay at rest. His eyes were open and clear, but the pupils were still dark and dilated. Penny lay at rest. Penny is the name of Jodi's father who was lying for rest. His eyes were open and clear. The eyes of Jodi's father were open and clear, but the pupils were still dark and dilated, means enlarged. Pupils means a small black balls that we find in the middle of the eye. So they were still dark and dilated, means enlarged. Jodi said, "How are you feeling, Pa?" Jodi asked to his father that, "How are you feeling?" "Just fine, son. Old death has gone thieving elsewhere." Thieving means secretly. His father replied that old death has gone secretly elsewhere, but wasn't it a close save? Close save means a narrow escape. But wasn't it hard to escape from this situation? I agree. Jodi said, I agree. Penny said, I am proud of you, boy, the way you kept your head and did what was needed. Now, Jodi's father became proud for his son and said that I am proud of you, boy, that how you kept your head means how you stayed calm in the difficult situation and you get solution to escape from this situation, and you did that what was needed, means you killed the doe and you saved my life. So it is a very great solution for me, so I saved by you. So his father take proud for Jodi. And so this is the first paragraph of this chapter, and now we go for the next page. And here is the next page. Pa, yes son. Pa, do you recollect the doe and the phone? Now Jodi feel worry about that phone, so he asked his father that Papa, yes son. Papa, do you recollect the doe? Do you recall? Do you remember that doe that we killed and the phone, that the baby of that doe? Do you remember that? So Jodi remembered his father about that phone that lived alone after his mother's death. So these 3 lines, and now we go for the next. And his father replied that I can never forget them. I can never forget them because the poor doe saved me. Because you killed that doe and you saved my life. That's certain. It's fixed that without that doe's death, I can't live. I can't save my life. So I can't forget them. Pa, the phone may be out there yet. It might be hungry and very scared. Now Jodi said to his father that the phone, the baby of that doe, may be out there yet. Jodi said that the phone might be hungry. Maybe if the phone was very hungry and very scared. His father said that I suppose so it will be happened. Pa, I am a big boy now and don't need to drink milk. Now Jodi represents his wish to his father that I am a big boy and I don't need any food, any milk. Why don't I go and see if I can find the phone? Can I go to find that phone in the forest and bring it here and raise it? And can I bring that phone at home and raise it? Can I keep it for the pet? Penny lay quiet, staring at the ceiling. Penny, Jodi's father, lay down quietly, and He is watching at the ceiling at the upside. Boy, you have got me hemmed in. Hemmed, the meaning of hemmed is a situation where one can't say no. Means his father became confused and he said that to Jody that you make me hemmed. You got me hemmed in means you put me in a situation that where I can't say no to you. It won't take much to raise it, Pa. It will soon start eating leaves and acorns. It won't take. It means the phone, the baby of that doe, that deer. It won't. It would not. It would not take much time to raise it to grow. The phone did not take much time to grow. Papa, it will soon start eating. The phone will soon start eating leaves and acorns. So we have to bring that phone at home. You are smarter than boys of your age now. His father, Jody's father, became surprised that how clever my boy. He said that you are very smart and smarter than other boys of your age. We took its mother and it wasn't to blame. Jody's father said that we killed its mother, we killed that phone's mother, and it means the phone was not to blame to us that why you killed my mother. See, only it seems ungrateful to leave it to starve. His father said that certainly it seems ungrateful, unkindness that if we leave that phone in hunger. Starve means hunger. Son, I can't say no to you. Jody's father allowed Jody to find that phone and he said that I can't say no. I never thought I would live to see another day. I never thought this type of situation that I would live to see another day. Means I live and I became very confused and I am afraid that if after that bitten of that snake, I can't say the another day, but because of that doe, I can see, I can live, so I can't say no to you to find that phone. So please go and find out that phone and bring it to home. So Jody's father allowed Jody to find that phone in the forest, from the forest. So this is the first part of this story, not actual first part, it is the half of the first part, and the next portion we will see in the next video. Thank you.